But first, it was Budget Day this week, the one day of the year where the government gets its wish, locking up all the journalists. So what was the big news?
I announce that the budget is back in the black and Australia is back on track.
The government is back in the black, which is a huge turnaround. Only 6 months ago, they said it was OK to be white. It is just a prospective surplus, though. So how long has it been since we had a real one?
The Morrison government prepares to deliver the first budget surplus in 10 years.
The first budget surplus in 12 years.
It has been 15 years since Australia saw its last surplus.
It is the first surplus in 18 years. This hasn't happened for 20 years, which was 45 years ago. So how are we going to spend the first surplus in 300 years?
Can we expect to see a cash splash on the way in?
Oh, this is not a time for cash splashes.
Yeah, you hear that, folks? Josh has spoken, and he's got his serious face on. This is not a cash splash, OK?
Cash splash.
Cash splash.
Cash splash.
Cash splash.
The government is promising to splash the cash.
Yeah! It's cash splash time. Be warned, the first 5 rows of marginal seats are going to get wet. Of course, this cash splash is actually a 1,000-page fiscal document that we are contractually obliged to reduce to a tiny list of winners and losers. So, first winner, low and middle income earners who will get a tax cut of up to $20 a week. Yeah, just a little something to help buy votes on election day. Sausages. To buy sausages on election day. Next winner, energy users on welfare who get a one-off payment of $75 for their power bills, which, much like the government, should last about 6 weeks. But there was one big loser.
If you are a red fire ant, you are definitely a loser in this budget.
Bad news, Clifford the Big Red Ant. This budget is not for you. But it shouldn't affect the election. Everyone knows that red ants always vote Labor anyway. After being stuck in Brexit deadlock for months, British Parliament finally saw some action.
A group of protesters have stripped naked in the public gallery of the Houses of Commons this evening as MPs debated Brexit.
Unless I'm mistaken, they were trying to trigger a hard Brexit. But regardless, the MPs would not be distracted.
It has long been a thoroughly British trait to be able to ignore pointless nakedness.
Yes, the Brits are way too dignified to be distracted by a bunch of naked bodies, except for this guy. To one of the dumbest stories of the week.
Vets have noticed a rise in the number of pet owners refusing to get their dogs vaccinated because they fear their pets could suffer autism.
Hey, I'm not a vet, but I think if you think dogs can get autism and vaccines can cause it, maybe you're the one that should be neutered. This story is incredible. Instead of vaccines, some Sydney dog owners are spending thousands of dollars on herbal remedies, which is crazy because dogs invented herbal remedies. Yeah, you just eat grass until you spew. And finally this week, Eddie McGuire pissed the hot seat yet again.
With both legs amputated and fingers missing, Cynthia Banham tossed the coin as best she could. But it wasn't good enough for Eddie McGuire.
And I think we should introduce a $5,000 fine to anybody who is tossing the coin and can't do it properly. Every week get somebody dropping it on their foot. Come on, toss it up properly, for goodness sake. Practice in the week you know you're going to do it. Can't be that hard, can it, guys? Seriously?
Eddie demonstrating that to be a world-class tosser, practice makes perfect. Now, this, of course, is not the first time that Eddie has said something stupid on air, which means it's time to play Who Wants to Remain a Millionaire? So which of his many classic excuses will Eddie use? Will it be A?
I made a slip of the tongue remark this morning that was actually the opposite of what I was thinking at the time.
I said the opposite of what I was actually thinking. Will it be B?
Are you sorry for those comments?
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry that that was the way it was certainly perceived.
I'm sorry that was the way it was perceived. Is it C?
I made remarks that are at odds with my views on the place of women in modern Australia.
I made remarks at odds with my views. Or D?
Now, guys, before the bounce, I made some comments about how we do the coin toss, OK? It had nothing to do with Cynthia Banham, who was the coin tosser tonight at the SCG, who has a disability. I just want to apologise if this was communicated in the wrong way.
He's locked in D. The thing I was commenting on had nothing to do with the thing I was commentating. So will Eddie get it right, or will he use his lifeline? I'm Eddie McGuire, so no matter how badly I screw this up, I still get $1 million. We'll find out after this break.
The Weekly presents the Eddie McGuire Cock-Ups Commemorative Coin Collection. Each handcrafted, easy toss coin depicts a golden cock-up from Eddie's seemingly endless career. The Adam Goods King Kong cock-up. The drowning Caroline Wilson for charity cock-up. The Muzzy is a term of endearment cock-up. And the Jews are as tight with money as my Scottish ancestors cock-up. Eddie's face is on both sides, because no matter how bad the spin, Eddie always comes out on top. You'll also get this display case with extra slots for all his future cock-ups. Toss Australia's most prolific tosser. Available now.